So I've been building. I've literally just, okay, it's been a couple hours. Literally, I have been watching Grian's 8-hour Hermitcraft tour and building. Because you remember I mentioned the barn. Let me go show you the barn. Let me go show you the barn. Ultimately, the front side is looking like so. We've got sort of different panels, lots of mangrove happening. I've already actually gone ahead and replaced these large columns right here with the dark stuff instead of just the stripped version. I like the contrast a little bit better, but what I really wanted to do here was play with color the way that B-Dubs does. B-Dubs, if you don't know, I should probably start calling these people out. B-Dubs is a Hermitcrafter who does just nutty things with color, and it's gorgeous. And so what I was doing was I came down here, I put down some blocks, I was like, okay, so we got the mangrove planks. What if we had like the square version right here? Because that actually, if we put, let me actually put some on the same level, that actually shows up as a little bit darker. Like if you back way up and you sort of treat it as a pixel, the stripped log from the square side turns out like showing up a little dark. Versus, you know, the side is a little different, that's even lighter. I didn't actually end up using this one. And then we've got, meanwhile, netherrack, which some people say looks like meat, and I think they are like not wrong. So I ended up doing netherrack, square side, followed by plank. And that's a pretty good gradient as is. But here's the thing, that's not very crazy. So I ended up also incorporating red terracotta. There is definitely a jump there, but you know, we gotta have some brighter stuff in here, all the way up to pink. And as such, you can see just a sort of lovely gradient going on. But this still isn't very crazy, and so here's what I did down here. Crimson planks. And now, we've actually incorporated a little bit of purple. And I like this a lot. Now, it's not going to end up quite this streamlined. I had to do a lot of like asking myself, okay, on this big barn structure, where would the shadowy spots be? Well, normally I would put it down toward the bottom, or else, you know, behind the column maybe. But in this situation, probably actually right underneath the eaves. So now if we go to the back side, you can actually see I've gotten started on this. And I've gone ahead and essentially ended up having it be like a brighter spot in the middle, where we've got sort of the purple on the edges, and then we've got more purple under the eaves. Tried to make the center a bit brighter. Probably the bottom should be brighter even. The purple is just sort of attempting to be an even darker shadow. And then what I just did was this part up here that's like a triangle of jungle logs. On the back side, I've given it also a gradient and given it even a little bit green. Because if you look at the jungle log, let me put you face to face with the jungle log. There's green in there. So ultimately, we have got the green terracotta. We've got a little bit more of the darker brown. These planks for the jungle planks ended up being really there's a big contrast within just that one block itself between the lighter and darker parts, which I found really interesting texture-wise. And then, of course, we have the square side of the log and then the strip side of the log, and I'm quite happy with this. This is... Here, let me show you from afar. I'm quite happy with this because look how it looks. That's, like, dope. It looks like... the greener shadows is, like, not only is it, like, maybe it's, like, mossy up there, or moldy even, but, like, it works. Look at all this. She's doing texturing. Look at her go. I do also need a refill on rockets. I have to walk home. Rockets. I'm here for rockets. But yeah, this fully might end up having to be something that I do all over this side as well. And yeah, that's how that's going. I'm still watching the tour. Gran just went to Pearl. Pearl's got a really cool base, and I realized I wanted waxed exposed copper. Exposed copper is the word. And probably also the other one, the weathered one. And so that's what I'm doing now. Sorry, how farther am I? I am 5 hours into the world tour, and this is what we're looking at. As you can kind of see on the sides, I kind of gave up on the sides, but you know, it's been 5 hours. Let me show you the back. And here, yep, that's also a back. I wanted to incorporate a little bit more of the like netherrack gold ore, but I couldn't quite figure out a way to incorporate it that wasn't, you know, occasional sprinkles, so it is what it is. I did manage to get yellow terracotta in, which is pretty cool. Over on the sides, yeah, I just kind of went for the corners. Yeah. That's kind of it. Oh yeah, that's a good indicator of how long it's been. Oh, hi there. Hello there. Remember me? It's been a minute or 5 or 10 or even something like 7 months, I think. A lot's changed around here. One of which includes Gasties. Do I know their names? Do you have names? Oh, friend. Yeah, that's because his friend. And this guy, is flash. Oh my gosh, they're spinning all over the place. This friend though, friend is out. Friend is my guy, and he's a friend. But yeah, let's take a tour through the other things that have. Oh, I was about to be so impressed with myself, and then I crashed. But anyways, now that I can see where I'm going, let me show you the things that have changed around here. There's a couple things. I know looking out this way it doesn't look like a lot, but I mean that's one. I've made this here river. It's a river. It's a river. This thing now exists. I think it's an XP farm, but I'm not totally sure. This entire walkway has been textured. You're welcome. That's me. Oh yeah. Also there's these trees here. I truly don't remember if they were there last time. This walkway also has a dedicated whim. This walkway also has a oh my McFrickin'. This walkway also has a dedicated offshoot. Okay, now that I can say dedicated wham, I can't say stairs. The word is stairs. I made a tree. This is my first really big tree. That's a lie. I did the cherry tree. This is my first really big tree that I'm actually proud of, because the cherry tree was rough. But this one's looking pretty good. It's still a little thin. I still want to improve on that, but I think I like this one. It's yellow and it's dark, and it's pretty good. I also made terrain happen, both including this path and including all of that. Lots of flowers. I could talk at length about that, but I don't know if you want that. But there's like yellow in there, and there's... Let's move on. One extremely large building has just kind of popped up here. I haven't really checked it out. It's very large. We have Oh Beautiful for Spacious Skies, amber grains. Oh, I wasn't thinking. The Cherry Woods is now a bunch of woods. Specifically, I think I've put down every single kind of wood. It doesn't look great, but I mean, it doesn't look great. Started making a river, didn't finish making the river. We move on. Pathways exist a little bit. This little patch of flower coral sort of exists. Listen, I was trying a thing. Did some trial chambers, and then, excavated the trial chambers. Obtained a mace. Found a deep dark. Entered the deep dark. Successfully escaped the deep dark. Re-entered the deep dark with friends, aka family. Died a terrible death in the deep dark. Lost all my gear in the deep dark. Went mining for more netherite to replace my netherite gear. My dad also got me a bunch of netherite to make up for my lost gear. He got me a bunch of cinnamon rolls. And more or less just kind of futzed around, did little projects here and there. I have been saving, looking at whatever that big building is for the next time I actually filmed. But no, yeah, it's fully been so long since I like last actually did an video and or recording. Like, I think the recording of me doing the barn is it was meant to go in the prior video, and then I just didn't have space. So that's how that went. I'm just gonna finish cleaning up the cinnamon rolls. Thank you, Father, for your support. He felt bad about the lost gear because I think he was like right there when it happened, and yeah, no, that was not his fault. Also, I forgot to show this, but I made the world's jankiest mud farm. And ultimately, I've done a fair few things around here, but you know what I haven't done? Is literally anything with these guys. That's right, it's been like basically a year at this point, and I've literally... nothing. I just haven't done things. They've been standing... They're not standing. They've been flying around here in this glass box just ever since they got here. And I definitely feel bad about it, but the problem is I really wanted it to be in a video, and I just simply did not make video. I don't know. I can make all the excuses I want about like brain space and time and work and blah 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 blah. But you know, people make time. Gemini Tay did YouTube while in like med school basically. So what possible excuse do I have? She has depression. That's not unique to me. Get out of here. I do really want to check this out though. Like this is okay, this is not loaded, but this is a relatively recent development. It's huge and it's huge. I want to go see what's inside. I see there's pumpkins. Up, 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 up. I almost made it. Close enough. Okay. That's so detailed. How literally I think I just have no words. This is so detailed. Okay, also the columns here are pretty cool. Like, as far as detailing, the wall to the fence, that's like good. Words, good, Astre. Good very vocabulary. Giga. Jacks. Giga Jacks? I guess? I mean, there's pumpkins everywhere? Okay. I mean, the Giga makes sense. Still not sure how you type an ASCII TM. Shot by rendog. So, I don't know about you, but rendog is not in this server. But I mean, this is straight up massive and very befitting of a hermit, to be fair. Like, what is happening in here? I assume that's like it's a shop, isn't it? Okay, well, it literally did say shop. Thank you, Astre, for the vocab and the rating comprehension. Okay, I think I understand. There's a pipe over here. It go here. Pumpkin get spit out. It get ka-chunk. I don't know how else to describe this. It just ka-chunk, and then it's, you know, and then it's there, and then conveyor belt, conveyor belt, conveyor belt, conveyor belt, conveyor. Excuse me, staircase. I'm trying to follow conveyor belt here. Conveyor belt, conveyor belt, conveyor belt, conveyor belt. Oh my goodness. Conveyor belt, conveyor belt, conveyor. Why is there a cow? Conveyor belt to pickles. Okay, but apparently I think this is a cauldron of some kind. Hence the like fire and the flames. And also why next pumpkin come out all crystally. And then gets dropped in there, I suppose. And then what? Okay, and I think that's it. Honestly, I'm not sure what else is supposed to happen after that bit. But I mean, come on, this is so good. Truly, I feel like with Lichen, you either try and hide it or you just really lean into the slime. And certainly right here, this is leaning hard into slime, and I'm honestly here for it. It makes sense in context of like, that cauldron is for sure full of slime. Oh, you think it's full of nice stuff? No, it's full of slime. And I mean, the conveyor belts up there and like the cross beams are all structural and stuff. Don't get me a start on the foliage in here. I'm so here for the foliage. I feel like surely building on the underside of things is just horrendous, but here we are. There it is. Got a bunch of even more lanterns up there. It's very well lit. I think it's just straight up pumpkin seeds behind these. Yep. Also, not to mention, like the use of pickle as, I think, stem. That's good. I didn't even think of stem as being missing, but now we know. There's a llama here. What's this tiny little house? Uh-huh. That's pumpkins. That's pumpkins. Oh, like pumpkin storage house? Is that the vibe? The base of this is so this is the weirdest thing to nerd out about, but the base of this is so supported and like also like depthful. 3D, that's the word for it. But man, this is cool. I can't imagine how long this must have taken. What's up top? Hi, welcome to the top. We have stained glass, which okay, this is black stained glass, which I definitely think of as too dark, but you can like full see through it. So it's not about opacity, it's about shade, I guess. So that's good to note. We got very glass dome. That's nice. That's a good look. Got some of whatever this is. Got a little rooftop. Honestly, it's giving rooftop patio, except like very overgrown. Man, ultimately this thing is just sick as hell, but also, what am I supposed to do? This is way out of my zone of like building ability. which, you know, that kind of sounds out of the blue, but I am really wanting to make some kind of greenhouse for the little guys, the Allays. And low-key, this is similar to the vibe I would go for, except I can't build like that, and so I'm not sure what to do. Do you have any ideas, llama? Go on. Oh. Okay. Hey! Oh. Well, that was dramatic for no reason. So, okay. I can't build like this, but I can take some things from it and emulate some pieces that I think I can do and then make up the rest as I go. For example, all these little bits on the outside, like the columns here that are wall defense that I really liked because it's like variations in width on a subtle level, and it's like, I don't know, there's just the little like couple pixel differences are like really, really nice. And like the sturdy base that like has the depth to it. These are the little things. I think these little things are good to take, knowing that the glass is very see-through even if black or dark or any other color. And honestly, probably the sense of storytelling. I think, truly unsure how much of that will go into an Allay sanctuary, but the storytelling in here is wild. You can fully see how the pumpkins go through the entire process. Like, they get stamped, they become Jack. They are now Jack. I don't even think I noticed the front part before, actually. Wait, after this, they are then lit. It's lit. So I imagine something along those lines of like figuring out what a place is trying to do and making it do it. Yeah, good words, Astre. Way to go. Okay, well, lots to think about. I'm gonna see what I can do. Also, apropos of anything else, I do want you to know that it's my personal mission on the server to make sure as few shulker boxes are default color as possible. Ah, much better. Okay, so I think I've picked a spot for these guys. It's going to be vaguely in that direction. And largely this is because if this is going to be housing the Allays, where are they? There they are, way the heck down there. If this is going to be housing the Allays, then it really doesn't need to be in the middle of everything. So it doesn't need to be around here. It doesn't really need to be in this zone. It could fully be off on the edge. And frankly, this area is constantly expanding anyway, so that should work out, I think. Thank you, friend. Now currently I've got an amount of materials. Don't know if it's going to be enough. It probably won't. But we're going to get going with what we have, and we'll see how this goes. Let's do it! What's up? This is Editing Astra, attempting to figure out what's going on in this time lapse. Here we have some terraforming, just like really lightly. Mostly was on a hill to begin with, and now we're working on that foundation. Turns out it was a little bit long. I wanted there to be an even number of segments so that I could have that staircase right there. And now we're trying to figure out how this transitions into the wood plank part. It's not going great, and so I went ahead and trimmed it down about a block. And now we're getting some logs going, sort of as support structures, even though they're not doing anything. You know how it is. It's Minecraft. Gravity doesn't exist. And now we're putting in some planks and really deciding and redeciding what's going on there. Right now I am testing out different logs possibilities. Went with oak. And now it looks like we're adding some shading to that upper platform there. I decided to have sort of a staircase going down into some little habitat zones. This one I'm digging out so that I can put some green terracotta in, which does mean that I'm going to want to, there it is. I forgot to record that, but it's been terraformed a little bit. In here we have some muddy mangrove stuff. You can see I'm putting water in there. That was a little bit annoying because it splashed outside because I tried to waterlog a wall, but it worked out in the end anyways. And over here we just got some dirt. Here's some glass. That's glass. Yeah, black stained glass ended up being the solution to that. I went with the panel type. Oh, and now we have the that thing. You know, sort of a way to break up the building into, so that it's not just, I don't know, it's a second layer. It'll make sense in the end. I'm putting in some structures right now to try and show some support. Always show support when you have a building. You gotta support your local buildings. This is me trying to figure out what to do with the front. I really wanted to like imitate what Ren was doing with like the pillars that like had a bunch of different depths or like thicknesses to them, but I didn't quite manage to make it work because it connected to the logs and that was kind of funky looking and I didn't like it. Here I am terraforming again, just again, yep, and this time I actually remembered to record it, and yep, I don't know, it was just too green outside. And here we have me starting on the roof. That's a roof. I mean, it's part of a roof. We've got some little archway type things that I sort of futzed around with and just over and over again went and changed. Here we have another option which looks like that. Yep, I think in a second I'm gonna go back in and put lights in there. I think I replace the middle stripped warp log thing with frog lights in a second. Oh yeah, there she goes. She's replacing them with frog lights. You can't see it from the outside, but on the inner rim you can. And now we've got the roof going on. This actually took me a second to figure out. You can see that I thought I figured it out, and then I very much had not. And yeah, just ended up going with this much simpler structure. Down at the bottom you can see from the bottom you can see some frog lights. I really wanted them to point a certain way, and so I ended up pillaring up all the way from the bottom. Yippee. Here I go around the thing. Yeah, turns out I didn't have to pillar up from the bottom every single time. And here I'm adding some supports to the bottom of the glass because it felt like the supports were just kind of applied on top rather than actually supporting anything, and that didn't make sense. So I went through and just kind of put some slightly darker underneath stuff. I also went ahead and took out the oak in the middle. It was taking up too much space. I also didn't end up keeping that. Yep, there you can see. I ended up taking out the warp skates in lieu of some tuff and some prismarine blocks. This was very much trying to imitate what Ren had going on, and this worked much better than all the other structures that I tried. It ended up being fairly minimal. Like here you can see there's really not a ton of it, which I assumed there would be. But you know, this is a smaller structure than Ren's, so it makes sense. Here we've got a lovely double door so that the Allays don't escape, as well as some plants that I didn't end up keeping because it was too much. It was blocking the foundation and I didn't like that. And here we have me working on the path. At some point I also worked on the interior, and we'll, I guess, see that in a sec. Alright, here's the final result. Let's take a look at what we got going on here. If I zoom down here, made a nice little path for us leading up to this greenhouse. As you can see, I sprinkled a bunch of flowers, sort of leaning in. Also tried to like kind of gradient in the grass because I didn't love how bright it was compared to the greenhouse, so I ended up replacing it with some moss and some green concrete powder and some green terracotta and some darker green terracotta. Yeah, there's also some green wool in there, like that one. There it is. I don't know. I decided to go with some fairly unobtrusive plants, so namely, you know, we got the little tiny flowers, we got some firefly bushes. I went on a little bit of an expedition for those, but like nothing major, so that I could have just a little bit of greenery and stuff out here without necessarily blocking the foundation. I was particularly actually proud of this foundation. It's nothing major, but it does actually, like, I think it turned out perfectly. I think the tuff we got blocks, and then every few we have walls, and yeah, it looks real solid down there, which was exactly the goal. And then on top of it we have a sort of floating wood space thing. I did a little bit of, oh my god, what's the word? This is spruce, that's oak. It's like a shadow. Good job, me. I also went ahead and sort of did the structure first and then filled in the glass, which I think is how I'm supposed to do it. If we come up here, yeah, you can totally see that we've got, I don't know, I just went with oak logs. Side note, have I talked about this before? I'm of the opinion that logs themselves, rather than the stripped versions that everyone likes to use, just the straight up barky logs are like way underrated somehow. Maybe I just haven't seen enough stuff, but I don't know, I really like the just full log effect. Anyway, it took me a while to nail down the exact structure, but I figured out that I wanted, you know, some columns going all the way around, and then we have sort of a that thing right there. I don't know, man, we have like a middle bit between the ground and the roof just to sort of break it up, give it the depth, that kind of vibe. I ended up going with teal, largely just because we have a lot of prismarine. I'm be so for real, we have so much prismarine. We have two farms for prismarine. That's a lot of prismarine. But also it matches the Allay colors, so, you know, that works out. And then on top, we have a roof design that I'm rather proud of. I struggled with it for a little while. You can probably see it in, like, the time lapse, but essentially I was overcomplicating it. I was trying to use like stairs and slabs and stuff here. No, just full blocks does it. That's all I needed. And then of course we have glass blocks up here for the roof. Wah! And then glass panes down in this area so that we can have that bit of depth between the log and the window. We got a little 3D. It's 3D. Yeehaw. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of it for this outside bit. We have some fun little archways up there. That took a while to nail down exactly. And then we have a bunch of trapdoors in front. And then if we go inside, we have another door. You know, it's an Allay. The Allays are gonna live here, it makes sense. And then inside, we've got a little sanctuary for them. On this side, we have sort of a jungly foresty area. I'm actually super proud of this palm tree right here. Look at that. That turned out. This one too. This one was more difficult because it was tall enough that it was interacting with the cross beams. But I think that turned out pretty good too in terms of how I made it interact. And then of course we have some little dangly bits. We got some pots coming down from the cross beams. Cross beams, directly inspired by Ren. Took me about 5,000 years to figure out how to make it work on this particular structure, but it turned out it just needed to be pretty simple. But yeah, bunch of hanging pots, got a little bit of a loose rope design. We've got a big amethyst cluster just because they're Allays. I figured the Allays would enjoy it. I was particularly proud of this glass effect. You know, if you walk up close, it looks kind of funky, but if you zoom back out, it just sort of like, I don't know, it like kind of glows, it kind of is fuzzy, it kind of like fades out. Like the magenta glass versus the purple glass. The purple glass disappears more than the magenta, which shows up more. I think I'm saying this right. I tried to put a particle effect inside, but it's not showing up. It's too deep in there. On this side though, we've got a bit of a mangrove zone. By which I mean there's one mangrove. Can you believe this is custom made? I'm actually very proud of this one too. And then we got some swampy goodness down here. We got some plants, we got some roots. Yep, that's water. Part of the struggle with this was actually down here. If you look down here, this right here, that's the wall of the foundation outside. Let me actually go show you what I mean. The wall is right here. So essentially the problem here was if I put a block in front of the wall, it's gonna do the wall thing where it like juts out suddenly and it isn't gonna match the vibe that we have going on here. So I couldn't actually put any blocks directly behind these walls. And part of what I was able to do to circumvent that is put a bunch of water. And then I think the leaf blocks also did a great job of not having to connect to things. And so that's why we have a lot of leaves. That's why we have a lot of water. Over on this side, we also have a lot of leaves. I think this side is like primarily leaves to begin with, but you know, that tracks. Anyway, got a little bit of flowers down there, a little bit of firefly bushes. I forgot that firefly bushes exist until much too late in the game, but you know, we got some lovely particle effects. I do love me some particle effects. I don't exactly know how to explain how much I love particle effects, but like for a while I was like looking at this and I didn't have that spore blossom up there yet, and I didn't have the firefly bushes down there, and the only spore blossom that we had in here was up here, and I was sitting here like there's just simply not enough particle effects coming from this one spore blossom. So I put one up there, I put some fireflies down there, and now I'm like there's not enough particle effects over here. But as you can see, maybe we are getting some particle effects from the firefly bushes outside. So that's working out. And then of course we got a little carpet, just kind of for people hanging out in the room. We got a little bench for any visitors. We also have a DJ station. Yeah, and it even lights up. I'm gonna be so for real, that was unintentional. I just kind of thought these looked like speakers. And I forgot that this had redstone ability. But it worked out. We got them DJ sets. We got the it's a whole vibe. It'll be great for the Allays. Over here, I tried to get a little bit of a playground going. We got a little swing over there. We got a little slide with a little ladder in back. If you climb up it, you go right in the pool. And I think that's kind of it. I kept struggling to like try and figure out more things to put in here. Like there's a whole empty space just like right in front of me right here. But honestly, I think it'll make more sense when there's a lot of Allays in here and it's like, you know, we don't want the whole thing to be covered up with stuff. But yeah, this like ended up going really well. I'm super proud of this, especially like the custom trees. Like I haven't done that many custom trees before, and this kind of rules. And that one, freaking awesome. Are you kidding me? Heck yeah. That block is sideways. Oh no, but now I have to. Okay, I'm gonna use an ender chest just to. Just for building, I'm gonna use an ender chest. Oh, how do I get up there? Oh, like this. And then I jump onto this. And then yeah, this'll work. Oh no, it's not gonna work. Piss. Is piss allowed? Am I allowed? Oh, piss. I crouched though. Alright, forget this. We're gonna put that up there. And then we're gonna boop. Then we're gonna boop. There we go. Alright, all better. So now all that's left is to actually go get some Allays. I made a whole big deal about being the one in charge of making sure none of the shulkers around here are default colored, and then I really, look at these, that's too many. Hold on, we gotta fix this. Yeah, much better. Wow, that's so green. Like any good cactus farming place, we have a lot of green dye, and it shows. Hello, friends, it's been a while. You've been out here for way too long. Am I not able to give this to you? I don't want to punch you by accident. Can I, like, take the thing from you? I can! Okay. Huge news, that is. Oh, they're yearning. It's okay, guys. I'm gonna give it back. Oh, they're so sad sounding. And then these guys over here. Are you guys even my guys? You are my guys, burgers and fries. Okay, great. Awesome. You can have a flower. Yeah! You can have a flower. You can have one of these. I hope that's okay. I worry that playing music is gonna make them breed constantly, but that's okay. You can have poppy. You can have your poppy. You can have poppy. Do you need stuff? You guys can have sunflowers. Who else needed sunflower? I hear sad guys. Burgers and fries. Are you the one? Yeah, you're the sad one. Not anymore. All right, they're happy now. I think they all have things. I'm not hearing the sad noises anymore. So there's that. Why can't I kill this boat? F3. B. Ka-chunk. Oh, hi, friends. Do you guys follow me around? Yeah! Oh, they want to be free. They want to break free. They want to break free. Okay, what if I just... Whoop. Oh, yeah. That's a lot of balloons. The problem is I don't have... I remember them following me around perfectly good and fine last time, so maybe this is perfectly good and fine. I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe they'll be fine. Maybe I'll be totally fine. Guys, come here. Can that one not find his way around a door? Please. No. Come here, guy. Come here, friend. Okay, well, he's gonna hang out here. And he's stuck, apparently. Sir? Can I help you? Come on. Come here. Here, friend. Come here, friend. They do follow me. All right, let's go. Oh, I'm about to run into water. What? We made it? We made it across water? Did my two loose boys make it across water? Come on, guy. There you are. And here's my other loose boy. We're gonna ignore that thing. Oh, friend, why are you all the way over here? Wait. Hello, why are you... Here, I take you all. Come join us in the Allay party. Off to our new home. I mean, your new home. I don't... Where do I live on this place? Probably in there. Alright, guys, let's see if we can all get in here. Yep, you're in here. Surprisingly, the loose boy is in here, and, like, hardly anyone else somehow, it feels like. Come on in. Come inside, guys. Are we all inside? Okay, let me try and... free them. Wait. I heard a lead snap, and I think it's a good thing. Okay, and then did I lose anyone outside? Yes, I did. Hello, friend. Oh, friend, come be with me. Over here, friend. Friend. Oh, friend's way up there. Hello, friend. Come on in. Friend, I swear. Get down here. Friend. Yes, good. And then we are in here. Friend, please. Oh, friend wants to go outside. No. Friend. My friend. There we go. Unfortunately, Here's the reality of it. The outside world is scary, and so as much as I have traded one glass box for another, I'm hoping this one's a good experience and a good fun time. And look, there's even a DJ set. It's a whole party. Yeah! Woohoo! Are you guys gonna enjoy this? You guys will enjoy this place. Yeah. I think you guys are having fun in here. Well, enjoy exploring your new home. And having little dance parties and holding flowers and stuff like that. Yep, that's Amethyst. I know you like Amethyst. That's the one that's holding Amethyst. Hi. You like this place? I sure hope you do, because it took a while for me to actually even get to it. And then once I, started making it. Oh, truly, I haven't even addressed this. The reason I got back to this finally, truly, is because I went to TwitchCon. And I, got to meet the Hermits and, was super inspired to, start making again. Namely, I had filmed the first part of this video and then not built the place. Or I think I had started on the foundation and then nothing else. But going to TwitchCon, meeting people, just really made me want to do building stuff again. So yeah, at this point, I can't super imagine there's more in the video, so I'll do the outro here. I've been Astre. Like you, subscribe. Hopefully it's not too loud and you can hear my outro. I'm not a loud person. Comment the things that you liked and also think I could have done that. I don't know, man. I had a lot of fun putting this together. It was a new experience in a lot of different ways, and I learned a lot of things from, a lot of really positive things from Ren's structure over there. Still not sure how it got here, that's for sure, but finally these Allays have a home of their own that isn't just a glass box, it's a glass box with lots of foliage. Anyway, I've been Astre. This has been a video. Yeah, I'll see you next time. Ooh, just as music's wrapping up. When does terrain end? Do I need to, does all this green have to be this green? Or can I stop here? I just started terraining and I just kept terraining and then I was like, oh, now I have to do this level of terraining and then now I'm like, I have to do this level. When does the terraining end?